soil management with water flow. As there are more buildings, more paving, more buildings, more roofs, the water flow is just increasing every year. So, tijd vir blomme. As iemand foto's het van ons plante van die area, endemies of inheems, stuur vir ons 'n foto asseblief. Ons wil graag 'n elektroniese katalogus in mekaar sit. Okay. Dis ons projekte. Kyk hierna, as daar enigiets is wat vir u belangrik is of wat jou passion gryp, please contact us, talk to us, and get involved, guys. This is our town. It's not a committee's town. It's all about. It's our town. Okay, and then just for the committee, I'd like to say thank you to Ralph, Hilary, Andy, Peter, Suzette, our treasurer. She's been looking after all the numbers. Thank you very much. And Angela, our committee. And they've done a great job, and I want to thank them very much. Income-wise, we've had three major things. We've had the membership and donations of 29, of which there was a donation made by the Yzerfontein accommodation that financed the purchase of our mulching shredder, and we're very grateful for that. Then the municipal grant was 83, and interest received from fixed investment 44. So that was a total 158. Expenditure, bank charges, media, events, depreciation, admin, transport, ourselves, but also for Beurtwag and for one or two of the other organizations, but we're rethinking that whole thing. It's not that easy to put a container down in the harbor. It's a long story. Anyway, we'll work with the municipality, and we get to a point where we will either have an electronic office. The financial report. Any objection? Okay. Thank you. All right. Enough of me. I'd like to introduce to you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mike. I currently am based at Grootbos Private Nature Reserve. I'm the reserve manager there. I've also managed the Walker Bay Fynbos Conservancy. Grootbos sits within the area of Stanford to Gansbaai. It's a 4,000 hectare farm in the center of the Walker Bay Fynbos Conservancy. We have to conserve in a collaborative manner. Okay, and this is why conservancies worldwide are so important. One of the most important conservation techniques to protect our species is conservation corridors. Okay, linking protected zones through ecologically functional corridors. Okay, and a corridor can include vineyards, and it can include a couple of old alien stands and blue gum forests and so on. What is really bad for ecological systems is when they get interrupted by wall-to-wall agricultural or wall-to-wall urban development. You've got this beautiful town on the seaside with really motivated people. The gardens are planted with indigenous plants. The bird life is here. The mongooses run between the houses. There's a beachfront full of oyster catchers, and the ecological systems are intact. And that's why urban conservancies like yourself are so vital. And it takes working together to keep those mongooses there. Just because something's not endangered doesn't mean it shouldn't be protected. This is something that people often get wrong. They think endangered species require the most protection. I agree, but that's to try and prevent them from going extinct. We should also be putting focus on keystone elements, those really important pollinators and plants that provide pollen and nectar into the environment, fruit for the birds. Keystone species is something that if it falls away, it causes that collapse that we were talking about. The thing that also speaks to me is that how important it is to not just sit in the background and let other people be a part of it. If you're not part of a governing body, you don't really have much of a say or a leg to stand on if you want to complain about how something functions. iNaturalist. Who uses iNaturalist? An incredible and easy app, an application. You can set up a boundary for this area. Anyone can download it. It's free. It's got artificial intelligence technology in it where you can put a photograph on it and it tells you with confidence what it thinks it is. Then somebody like Tony Rebello verifies that and says that is, in fact, an endangered species of orchid that hasn't been seen since 1920. Without people doing these things, because those botanists don't have access to your back garden, but there are things living in that back garden that you didn't know. And iNaturalist is such a great platform for research. Now, when it comes to conservation corridors, you must first know where the corridors are before you say it's a conservation corridor, and it's got to be an ecological functioning corridor. You must know your ecosystem and the species that occupy it. And you'll be really surprised as what actually lives in this veld. You see the little small grey mongoose, and you see the odd caracal. But there are animals living in this bush that we don't even know are there. Things like bat-eared foxes, aardwolf. There's brown hyena on the west coast. We don't even know if they're using these ecological belts. I can't wait for the day that brown hyenas get back into Walker Bay, because there's dead seals lying all over that beach with nothing to decompose them anymore. They were there. I think on that note, I'll end. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's, well, informative, inspiring. Thank you very much. We look forward to working with you guys. Network. I will be stepping down next year and taking a back seat.
Really?
Just so that you sabbatical. 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 That's it. Like you. I like the thing. You and talk to us. Come with ideas. We need your input. We need your hands and your feet and your brains. Thank you.